slope form, Nick, you should probably listen to this too, of linear equations. And you should be asking yourself, what's the point slope form of linear equations? And I will tell you, I don't know what the point of it is. I only give it to you because I know at some point they'll ask you at high school or somewhere if you know this. First of all, let us review the other forms of linear equations that we're familiar with. The first one is normally 90%, well probably 80% of the time you see the slope-intercept form. And the slope-intercept form is what? Y equals mx plus b. Okay. The other form we see a lot is the standard form. And the standard form is, remember, ax plus by equals c. You know, that's like 2x plus 3y equals 6, and then you just find the slope where they cross the x and y axis. This one you have, put the point there, blah, blah, blah. This is neither of those. This one looks like this. This one is, gosh, I better make sure I get this right before I give it to you. I really don't teach this very often. This one is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Wow, isn't that nice? This is it. This is point slope form. And really, it's kind of a no-brainer sort of thing. Because in order to write an equation using these, you just need to know the slope of the line and you need to know one point on the line. Okay? Because this is where the slope goes. And this, right here, is the number that you plug in when you know the point. So here is what they will do. Okay, they will say this: write the equation of the line in point slope form that has a slope of 1/2 and passes through let's say 7, 8. To which you will just take the info they gave you. They gave you the slope, which is 1/2. You put it in for the slope there. They give you just one point, and that's all you need. You don't need both points, you just need one. This is where x goes, which you put in right here for x. And this is the y point, which you put right here for y. So it just looks like this. Y minus 8 equals 1/2 times x minus 7. That requires little or no thinking, people. You are just putting the y point in for the second y, don't put it in for this first y, putting the x point in for the second y, x, and putting the slope in there. Okay, I don't know why, can I tell you again, I don't know why, but they will be asked that I can't change it. I don't like it. Okay, now you're going to say, well, what if they give us something in point slope form?
Something in point slope form.
how do I graph that? Y minus 2 equals 1/5 x minus 4. Okay, this is given in point slope form. And if you're asked to graph this, children, it should be easy. Why? Because you are given both the slope and a point. Because once you have the point, you can graph it because you just plot the point and go with the slope off. Okay. I know the slope is 1/5. Here is what you need to asterisk that you will get wrong. What is the point that I know? This is my x, this is my y. What is the point that I know? What point do I know, Kelvin? This is my y point, that's my x point. This is my x point, that is my y point. 4, 2. That's the point I know. Please be careful, children. Look up here and gaze deeply at the board. Here is where you will go wrong on this if you go wrong. Okay, if this is negative, it's positive for your point. If this is negative, it's positive for your point. If I would have wrote this the other way and put a +4 there and a +2, that would make these 2 points negatives. Because if you look at the original formula, it's negatives there. Okay, so the only way to make this x be positive when you actually write it out would for it to bend negative to start off with. A -5 would make it a +5, but it's not. Okay, it didn't happen on this one, but I'll give you one where it will so you understand. So to graph this line, you just find the point 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, put a point there, and then from that point, you just need to draw a line that has a positive 1/5 slope, which means it goes up 1/5, or down 1/5. So your line is going to look like this. First day has a positive 1/5 slope. Found the point because of that thing there. Ben?
So if you go up with the line,
Yeah, I went up 1/5 this way, I went down 1/5 that way, it's the same line. What do you mean?
okay.
I'm just saying you can do it either way. I can't go the other way because that would make it negative slope.
Okay.
There's only one way it works for. So here we go. Look at this one. Y plus 4 equals 3x plus 2. If you are graphing that, you know this, it has a slope of 3 or 3/1, but what point do I start off with? And I would write my little thing here. What is my x point? It's not 2, it has to be -2. Because a negative is the only way to get that positive. And the same thing with y. Y has to be -4. Because the only way to get a positive there, because my original equation, my original formula looks like this. And it doesn't work anymore. Alright, so I go to my -2, -4. Put my point there. My slope is 3, which means up 3/1. Up 3/1. And my line is going to look like that. Now, let me walk you through a few things here. Shut-da-da. Again, can I reiterate that I don't know why or what the point of all this is? Pardon the pun. Let's just do one of each of these things below and see if this makes heads or tails anything for you. Problem number, let's just pick one. Let's go to number 4. Take a look at problem number 4. The directions say to do what? Where is 4? Which one's 4? This one? Should I do it or should I let you try it? Okay, so you have to think, what's the original equation? Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So you just put this in for the letter m, it's 3. What is x? Negative 6, so it's a negative 6, which makes it a positive 6. And on the other side you have y minus a negative 2, which is plus 2. You have to think of this equation. If they're negatives, they're going to end up being positives in here. And that is your whole equation. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Go ahead and, wait, was that number 4?
Yes.
Yes.
What happened to 5?
It's right there.
This next one's 5?
Yeah.
Go ahead, write down number 5 for me, see if you get that. You probably should write on the top of your paper somewhere the point slope formula. The y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, just so you have it in your mind. Do we have 5 done? Can we move along? It's really not complicated. It's actually easier to write that in that than it is into the slope-intercept form. Remember, you're plugging this in for x sub 1 and that in for y sub 1, and this is your slope. So for that, Ryan Schwartz says he got
Y plus 6 equals 1/2 x minus 7.
that is correct. Does anybody? You put in for this y, you put negative 6, so those two negatives made a positive. Slope was 1/2, so you put it there. 7 was x, so it's x minus 7. Alright, before Gene, let's go down to the graph. The first graphing one. You know what the slope is for the first graphing one. Slope is what? M equals negative 3, correct? The number in front of those x's. So you know it has the slope of that. What point are you starting with? You have to come up with the point. This is my x value, that's my y value. If x plus 2 is over there, what is your x point? Negative 2. Remember, you have to think opposites, because that original equation has x minus x. So if it's a positive 2, this has to be negative 2, and y has to be negative 4. Wow. So that is the point you start off with, negative 2, 1, 2, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And from that point, you have a slope of negative 3, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And you are old and smart, so you would use a straight edge and not draw it freehand, because you're not as capable as I am of drawing a straight line without or background. Wow, that is exciting. Now, take a look at problem number whatever this is, 11?
Yeah.
Now what if you're given the graph and you're supposed to write the point slope formula, or the point slope equation?
What if I'm given the graph and write the point slope equation?
What 2 things, Christian, do you need to know to write something in point slope formula? You need to know the slope, and you need to know a point. Now if you look at this, there are 2 points there, and either one of them really would work. It wouldn't matter. except for the fact that the directions tell you to use which one. Right. Just for consistency's sake, they said use this point. And what is the coordinates of that point? Let me just write that down. It's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, comma 4. So 4, comma 4 is the point I'm going to use. What is the slope I'm going to use? Well, make this triangle here. What is the slope of this triangle? It goes up 1 over 4, and it's going downhill, so the slope is that. Once you know that, writing it in point slope, Evan, what happened there? You don't get my triangle?
No, I get it, it's just.
And then you just need to plug this into the formula. Y minus 4, because that's my y point, equals the slope times x minus 4. This is the equation they are looking for based on that line. Kind of a lot to throw at you at one time, isn't it? Don't worry, it gets harder. And then the last one here. Write an equation in point slope form of the line that passes through these points. Use the first point to write the equation. In order to write something in point slope form, you need to know two things. One of them is a point. The second one is, and they don't give me slope, but you are very, very intelligent 8th graders now. Can you find the slope when you're given 2 points? Yes, because we have the slope formula, remember? M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you're going to have to find the slope with those 2 points. And then once you know the slope, you're going to use the first point to write the slope, point slope equation. So let's do that. 1 minus 7 on top over 5 minus 4 on the bottom. What does that give me? Negative 6 over 1. What's the slope? Slope equals negative 6. I now know my slope. I know my 1 point I'm going to use. I just then plug it into this. Y minus 7 equals, what's the slope? Negative 6 times x minus 4. And there's my point slope form of that. I'm going to turn this off before I tell you what I tell you.